The town of Berlin. Country charm at the center of Connecticut.
Go. Berlin Town Council meeting, March 1st, 2016. Call it to order. And we'll start with a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thanks. Kate, roll call.
Councilor Campanelli?
Here.
Councilor Evans?
Here.
Mayor Straczynski?
Here.
Councilor Luddy?
Here.
Councilor Payanessa?
Here.
Councilor Rochette? Councilor Russell?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Great, thank you. We have the audience of citizens next. Is there anybody here that wishes to address the council? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the audience of citizens, and we will follow with our meeting agenda. Start with our consent agenda.
Mayor, I move to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, thank you. Second?
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. On to new business. Topic number 1, Denise.
The Public Works Department has been looking at the bridges throughout town and the roadways. There's a couple of bridges that are going to need repairs. Farmington Avenue Bridge over the Seabeth River, as well as the Spruce Brook Road Bridge and the High Road Bridge. They are all shared with funds from federal, state, and town. Bids were recently opened for the Farmington Avenue reconstruction. Total cost is $3,100,000. This is to authorize me to retain the services of Joseph Fazzi LLC to prepare the bond authorization documents, and also to advertise for a public hearing on March 15th at 7 p.m.
Okay, great, thank you. We have a motion on that?
Yes, I move to authorize the town manager to retain the services of Joseph Fozzi LLC to prepare bond authorization documents for bridge improvements, and authorize the town manager to schedule and advertise for a public hearing to be held March 15th, 2016 at 7 p.m. on an ordinance entitled An Ordinance Appropriating $1 million for Bridge Improvements, 2016, and authorizing the issue of $1 million bonds to the town to meet said appropriation and pending the issuance thereof, the making of temporary borrowings for such purpose.
Okay, great, thank you. We have a second on that?
Second.
Okay, any questions, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Topic 2. Denise, thank you.
This is for the environmental work that has been done out on the Chukowski property that was recently acquired by the town. This was a management plan that originally was asked for by DEEP with the soils to be tested for the arsenic and other things from the orchards that were on it. Originally, it had been thought that the soils could be looked at on an incremental basis, and we went out for some proposals from 3 different firms, and CDR McGuire was the least cost of all of those proposals, so they began on the work. They did a couple of soil mixings and testings, and they came to the conclusion that one more remixing and testing would be necessary to get it below the levels that were acceptable to DEEP, so that one put it over the $10,000 bid requirement by $687.50. So this is a waiver by the council to waive the bidding requirements for the additional $687.50 and to increase the purchase order to completely pay for the work that was done by CDR McGuire.
Okay, great, thank you. We have a motion on topic 2.
Yes, move to waive the bidding process as this is in the best interest of the town, and to authorize the town manager to enter into a contract amendment with CDR McGuire to investigate and document soil conditions of the Chakowski property, to increase its contract and approve spending in amount not to exceed $10,687.50, and to increase the purchase order for this work by $757.50 from $9,930 to $10,687.50.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions, any comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Topic 3.
Back in October of 2013, there was a change in the Connecticut state statutes allowing towns to, or requiring actually towns to either have the existence of a Veterans Advisory Committee or a Veterans Service Contact Person. Berlin already has the Veterans Commission, and it was felt for the last couple of years that that was sufficient to, take care of the requirements of the statute. However, in discussing things with this council and the mayor in particular, it was deemed appropriate to perhaps find someone who would serve as the Veterans Service Contact Person. The mayor had reached out to Peter Galgano Jr., and I think that he is here this evening to also indicate that he is willing to accept that position. It isn't necessarily a paid or a formal position, but the requirements of it are that there will be regular contact with veterans in need of services and to assist the veterans in need to go to the appropriate place rather than just saying call the Veterans Service Administration. In talking with the state, that is the intent of the legislation, to get someone who can be in each municipality to assist the veterans in need.
Great. Thank you. We need a motion on this?
I move to appoint Peter Galgano Jr. to the Veterans Service Contact Person for the town of Berlin.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so moved. Peter, glad you're here. Congratulations on your appointment. We really appreciate, first of all, your service to the country, but certainly recently your service to the town, and look forward to having you in this position and helping out other veterans and families with whatever resources you could put them in touch with. So we really appreciate it, and good luck. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
All right.
Mayor, could I just add a comment
absolutely.
to that?
Absolutely.
Great. At our last ceremony at the the VFW, which was right after we were able to go around and read all the wonderful plaques that were created and generated for that event. And Peter was the key individual to make that happen. The grease in the wheel, making those things turn. And if anyone hasn't met or talked with Peter and know his great manner, any veteran would be pleased and appreciative to be able to visit and talk with Peter. And so this is a great opportunity, and we're so thankful that you're taking this on.
Great. Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything, Peter. And I am so thrilled that we were able to come to some bipartisan solution here and get you back where you belong, helping us here at the town. Your service is invaluable, and thank you very much, really, for everything you do.
Go ahead.
I can think of no better person than Peter to handle this position, and we're honored that you accepted this, Peter.
Great. Thank you very much. Actually, Denise, I do have just that. I think there's an application there, Peter, and we had spoken on the phone a couple times about it. There's some training that would be afforded to you, I think, by the State Veterans Department, so appreciate you taking advantage of that. Yes?
I don't know if I can add anything. Great comments that people said here, Peter, but I'm losing my voice, so bear with me. With all the problems that we hear about in the paper, the VA, I think it would be great to have a spokesperson like yourself so that people here, our veterans in town, can be directed in the right place to get the care they need. There's an awful lot of problems that just don't seem to be taken care of, and it's a shame. And I hope you can assist in the right way.
Thank you, absolutely. Actually, I'm going to be meeting 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with Sean Conley. I have 2 veterans at the college that have some problems, and he agreed to meet with me and take care of them. So this is going to fit right in.
You're already
That's
on the job
awesome.
already. That's great. The next day at 9 o'clock. Can't ask for more than that. Oh, well, why not now? Why don't we just go out there and do it now? Great. All right. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Charlie.
Oh, yes, Charlie.
I would
Yes.
also like to thank you, but I have a feeling that with or without the council's recognition, you'd be doing a great job.
Yeah.
That's
You really
true.
don't need
That
us.
is
You've
true.
been doing it long before, but thank you again.
Absolutely. Great. Okay, great. Number 4, our budget.
Yes, included in your packet this weekend was my annual greetings with the bad news or the good news, however you want to look at it. A great deal of time and effort has gone into the proposed budget as you see it. However, I always caution everyone, or at least explain, that this is just the starting point. This is what I feel is necessary for the town to continue to provide the services that exist now. There are no new positions on the town side. The Board of Education's budget has been presented as it had been to me, with a reduction already in it of 1%. I can't speak to whether or not there are new positions in that. I believe there may be a couple that they feel are appropriate, but that's for them to come before the council tomorrow night. As a matter of fact, now begins our evenings together, and I look forward to working with you all again to see what we can come up with that will adequately take care of the needs of the town without hopefully raising taxes or doing any damage in any other ways. So the letter was actually attached to the dashboard item, not to my particular one, because that's next. And I'm going to let Jim speak to the dashboard because he's been working on that with
Okay, great.
Councilman Evans.
Thank you. All right, so no action needed on that. Jim? Welcome.
So at 2 meetings ago, I talked initially about what the dashboard document was, something that I've worked with Budget Chair Evans on, to present a format where we can show the budget as originally submitted, all of the adjustments that take place, can also be used to evaluate certain options throughout the budget process that can be considered and what the impact of the mill rate would be. The document has been revised, and I sent this out to everyone electronically, and also passed out a revised copy. The revisions, the primary revision was in the calculation of the mill rate. You can now enter the value of any home in there, and it will calculate the impact of the budget to the mill rate and to your personal tax bill. So as this shows, the originally submitted budget was $87,880,262. The town manager reduced her budget by $1,816,547. The Board of Education reduced their budget by 1%, or $415,529. And then in evaluating the debt service, I was able to find an additional $87,500 approximately in reductions. On the revenue side, and this is a cautionary tale, a new grant for 2017 is in the state budget. It is a revenue sharing grant where the state statute was amended such that a certain amount of the state sales tax will go into a fund to be distributed to municipalities. The report we got from the state indicates that Berlin will receive $1.2 million. My reservations on that is that if the state should change their mind, given the state's fiscal crisis at the moment, and we rely on that full number, we'll have to make that money up somewhere. So what I've presented to you is 75% of that number, which is approximately $990,000. I've spoken to other finance directors across the state. People are budgeting anywhere from 50% to 100% of the numbers. So that will be something that we'll discuss further during the process. So that was added in here as well, along with a couple other minor revenue adjustments. So the budget as presented in the previous item suggests a mill rate of 32.06, but again, I caution that that is before the council has made any of their changes, so that is by no means a final number.
Okay. While Jim is up here, do you have any quick questions? I know we'll be spending, I'm sure, many more minutes
together.
and hours together, so you guys don't have anything else.
Just a quick
Yes.
one. Without getting into the details, and we'll be doing that for the next couple of weeks, did you reduce the money, the holdback money?
I'm not sure what.
The one, was it 1.7?
What I just spoke about, the
Yeah.
grant, I reduced it from the 1.2 that the state.
No, not that. The money we hold back in the budget.
The fund balance.
Do you mean
Fund
balance?
balance?
Yeah, the fund balance, I'm sorry.
Kept it the same number as it has been the past couple of years at
Okay.
1.8 million, so that's been kept consistent.
Okay,
And we will talk about that, in fact, tomorrow night, that's on the agenda.
yeah. All right, thank you. Thanks.
Great, yeah, great. Anything? Yes?
Mayor, I just want to highlight a couple things and appreciate the efforts of the town manager and Mr. Wren and all the department heads, mid-managers, a lot of folks' effort to put this together. I did want to comment some of the changes associated with the upcoming budget, and probably at this point, let me leave that to the committee reports. And at this point, I just want to comment on the dashboard. And one of the things that is highlighted is that you can look at the impact on your own home, and I think that's a lot of people have that interest. Or it's great that someone has an average home, but as the potential here, you can kind of see what the impact might be on your home. But maybe more importantly is the lines below that at the very bottom that really talks about options. And this year we're going to spend some time hearing from the department heads, from the Board of Ed, on what options might be out there. And as we move through, I'd like to make that the parking lot. And if you all are, all council members here, if you have particular interest in something that you want to either have go up or come down, we can put it in there, and you can look at what that impact is. And without doing that math in your head about a mill rate and so forth, you can actually plug in a number and see what that impact is. So hopefully this is a helpful tool to each one of you as you contemplate what you might need to do, or what you want to do to help our town move forward. What increases we might accommodate in this upcoming budget, and what other areas we may need to make some adjustments to.
Okay, great, thanks. We'll move on from this. We do have 2-3 weeks of a lot of intense budget briefings, and that'll be great. We'll get into the details, but I just want to put out there that I know there's been a lot of hard work put into this to reduce it as far as we can to this point, but I guess I'm looking upon this as a starting point. I think we've got to go, unfortunately, much lower. I think we've got to start learning and trying to live within our means. I mean, we can look around our country and certainly our state and see what problems we're going to have with our state budget, and I certainly don't want Berlin to go down that road. So I think we need to, really look long and hard at this budget as we go forward, and I'm sure we'll all be spending a lot of time doing that. So, okay, so that's this topic's over, and move on to the town manager's report. Denise. Thank you, Jim.
I don't have much. I just want to bring you up to date on the repairs at the library and the community center. I don't know if, I know that a couple of council members may have gone through and seen some of the damage. I'm pleased to say that it's moving ahead on schedule. They have done some drywall and some patching today. The computers came through relatively unscathed, as did the phone system, so those are relatively okay. A couple of the monitors we may have lost, but the library took some damage, but the community center, I think, was worse than the library because of the way that the water went down the walls. But we are on schedule. Insurance is helping us to, they provided some assistance with the restoration and the repairs, so I would think, best guess is maybe another couple of weeks and the library should be okay. I think it'll take a little longer for the community center. But they're operating out of one room. They're getting to know each other quite well downstairs, so yes.
Were they able to find the problem and correct it?
Yes. Yes. Also, if there is anyone that's watching this that wants to be registering for any of the upcoming spring activities or programs in the recreation, they can go online or try to do it before coming in. It would be easier because it's limited, but online provides a lot of the registration information. Just go to the town's website and go to the recreation department and they have all of the information. So I'd encourage an online registration this year for sure.
Okay, great. Thank you for the update. Moving on to I, special committee reports. Dave?
I just want to comment on the upcoming schedule associated with budget sessions. The order has changed a little bit, as what some of them may be accustomed to. We're actually going to have the Board of Education in on the first evening to continue a dialogue that started some time back with Mr. Cugno, who's the Educational Resources Committee Chair on the Board of Education. And we felt, just looking over the past, that we need to have that discussion early and often, and so that's going to occur. There'll be a little bit different in the timing of that. So certainly that's something I'd like to highlight for folks. And we will be in the Board of Education meeting room starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow, and then the schedule follows after that. That we'll be here Thursday, and then the following week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So a lot of fun ahead of us to work together and see what we can do for the best of the community. Mayor.
Great. And those meetings are public, but
Yes.
not we don't take audience of citizens and all that,
No.
right? It's just a
Correct.
brief.
Right.
I mean, they can sit in and listen and
Yes.
no comments from the from the peanut gallery. Yeah, there you go.
And the great thing, Mayor, is that this is where the department heads, they really bring out the great things that they're doing and where they want to bring this town. I've asked all the department heads to come with what they're going to do strategically in this year's budget and next. So I'm looking forward to hearing from them, and I think the community would learn a lot in being able to join us in those particular meetings.
Absolutely. I encourage, anybody from the public to attend, as well as our public hearing coming up on March 29th. So that's great. Okay. Any other committee reports? Anybody else? No? Hearing none. So down to Jake. Counselor Communications. Any Counselor Communications? Hearing none. Brendan, come on. You haven't said much. I'm kidding. I can't speak tonight. Moving on to our acceptance of minutes. We have a February 16th minutes to accept. We have a motion.
Move to accept the minutes from February 16th.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Minutes are accepted. Thank you. Okay, we are, wow, that's record time tonight. Short agenda. Well, I guess we'll make up for it the next couple of weeks,
Yeah.
huh? Yep. Motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Okay, meeting is adjourned.
Aye.